Born August 19, 1957 in Jakarta, Indonesia, Lee Young Lee is a postmodern author who draws from his Chinese-American heritage. He came from two powerful Chinese families. His great-great-grandfather, from his mother's side, was the first president of the Republic of China, and his father was a personal physician to Mao Zedong, leader of the Chinese Communist Party. His father later relocated to Jakarta, where he founded Gamaliel University. But after anti-Chinese sentiments began in Indonesia, Lee and his family were forced through a 5-year journey through Hong Kong, Macau, and Japan, before finally settling in the U.S. in 1964. His father read and told stories frequently to him, leaving fond memories as well as strengthening their bond during his childhood. Unfortunately, as Lee continued with his education in the States, his role model father began to age as well as he became blind and needed more assistance. Lee often giving up some of his time to take care of him before he died devastatingly in 1989. His death, as well as his remembrance, often influences Lee's most famous poems, like The Gift and I Asked My Mother to Sing. As Lee earned a bachelor's degree at the University of Pittsburgh in 1979, did he truly begin to flourish with his poetry. During his time in university as an undergrad, Lee took a graduate workshop taught by poet Gerald Stern, who took notice of Lee's strength in poetry, often encouraging him to pursue the career. Stern later on ended up writing the foreword to Lee's first book, Rose. Lee's postmodern poetry is inspired by classical Chinese poets like Li Bo and Tu Fu, as he uses silence to his advantage. He is sometimes described as a lyrical poet, as most of his poems use narratives from memories to connect to a universal idea. Through his daring simplicity from life experiences, Lee has and continues to make his claim to fame. Commented by the American Poetry Review, his poems are made from his life, with his life. His poems are earned. He dares to be simple, and he is surely among the finest young poets alive. I Asked My Mother to Sing by Lee Young Lee. She begins, and my grandmother joins her. Mother and daughter sing like young girls. If my father were alive, he would play his accordion and sway like a boat. I've never been in Peking or the Summer Palace, nor stood on the great stone boat to watch the rain begin on Kunming Lake, the picnickers running away in the grass. But I love to hear it sung, how the water lilies fill with rain until they overturn, spilling water into water, then rock back and fill with more. Both women have begun to cry, but neither stops her song.